Hi, good evening, friends. Namaskar, and I hope you all are doing you know, you all are doing great, and everybody's safe at your places. And as expected, we were to go live at 6 p.m. today to, you know, discuss about client retention, its importance and its impact on business. As during these pandemic situations, for every business, client retention becomes utmost important and of topmost priority. So before we begin, first of all, I would like to thank FMJPI Group for the wonderful job they are doing, not only for the society but also adding a lot of value to the facility management industry in India. Thank you so much, Nilesh, for inviting me and having me here on the group and allowing me to share my views on this platform. And thank you to all the viewers for letting me e-meet all of you at your places on a Saturday. And I'm sure next 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes is, it's going to be very, very useful. And I hope you all find it relevant and useful and, important for your own spaces as well. So, as I was having a random chat with Nilesh that we were trying to recall when Nilesh started this group in 2015. It was a wonderful idea that FM is an unorganized industry where there are a lot of disconnects, not only between a recruiter and a employee who is looking for a job, but also how can you share your ideas, views, and your thought processes. So I think this group is a wonderful platform where we connect all the bridges, and it can be very, very useful and very, very powerful in terms of connecting at a common platform and making most of it. So thank you, Nilesh, for having me here on the group. My name is Dharamveer Singh. You may have gone through the invite. Some of you may not know. For the benefit of everybody watching the live feed, my name is Dharamveer Singh. I am going live from Delhi at this moment. I'm associated with the SIS Group, and under SIS Group there is a vertical business vertical called DTSS, Justice Total Solution Services Private Limited, and I'm heading North and East region for them, and I take care of business as well as operations for them. While we'll head to the agenda, the main agenda. But before we go ahead and do that, I'll set the context as to what all we are going to cover in this next 30 odd minutes. So as I said, just to reiterate for the benefit of everybody who is joined a little late, the agenda is going to be client retention, its importance and impacts on business. First, we'll talk about its impact on business. In impacts, we'll talk about people. People would include your employees, clients, customers, and of course, stakeholders. Then we'll talk about processes, which are very, very critical and important for any facility management organization as on today. Then we'll talk about cost. Then we'll talk about the every promoter's favorite word, top line and bottom line. Then we'll talk about how and how critical this brand value and shareholders' interest is. And then in the last, we'll talk about growth, speed, and momentum of business. Then we'll touch upon what are the impacts in terms of COVID context. Then we'll talk about important factors, which will include, the first and foremost thing is people. Then we'll talk about technology. Then we'll talk about clients and customers. And then we'll talk about cost. In the last, while I would be heading towards the conclusion of the discussion, I'll open the forum for any kind of questions and ideas and thoughts that you may have. So thank you all for joining in and allowing me to share my thoughts and share my views on this. So first of all, like I said, I'll get into the conversation. The first thing that I personally feel is that for any organization, people are the most critical and most important thing, and without them you can't even imagine any business or any company. But unfortunately, we end up forgetting all of this the moment we run any organization. We initially all think of people consideration, but at times as we go along and as we progress, we forget that they are the important element of business, and we end up focusing only on business and not on people. So in terms of client retention, why people are important is that if you're not consistent in terms of your employee at the back office or at the front end, and you will end up affecting your clients. And clients also get you would agree with me that clients also get irritated by looking at every month or every 6 months new faces. So they also lose faith and confidence in us as an organization. So employees are very, very critical and important element to it. So any organization, specifically in terms of facility management, because we engage all blue collar people to serve any of a client, consistency of all our front end staff, but most importantly, people who are operating and managing business at the back office level have to be consistent. Otherwise, we lose momentum and pace. From the stakeholders' point of view, also, there are three key stakeholders in any business. One is your own employees, the customer, and the investors. So if you have inconsistencies in the system, your stakeholders also lose interest, and their stake is also impacted. Second thing I will touch upon is the process. We must have seen in last 4-5 months, without technology and processes, it's really next to impossible to run any business and sustain it. So processes become very, very important and critical for us, especially in FM industry, because you have large clients, medium clients, and small clients. At times, only single boy deployed at a very, very remote location. So if you don't have processes, if you don't have technology, it becomes really very difficult to manage all of this. So, and if you keep on having new clients, you keep on losing clients, going through this process of implementation of any kind, it becomes very weak, it becomes slow, and you lose that pace in terms of growing your business. So processes are very, very critical element to it. The third thing is, if you're not able to have consistency in terms of your back office staff and implement processes, you will lose pace. While you have your annual budgets, for example, if you have to grow your top line by 20% or 25% that you've targeted for the year, but if you keep on losing your clients, it's as good as pouring water in a vessel which has a hole. So you keep on pouring water, but at the bottom of it, there is a leakage. So even if you add 35% of new business, you will end up losing, maybe, for example, 15% of it, you end up, being with 20% only, and you've still not met your target. So what is really important is that if you are able to plug in the leakages in terms of your client retention and, client losses, the strong the chances are that, you may, in place of 25%, you may add 35% of your business. And that's what, we all want, the promoters, the investors, and, even the employees, because they will also be getting some benefits out of it if business is growing by 35% in place of 25%. So just to summarize, we've covered people, processes, and your top line and bottom line, and your growth speed and momentum. The last thing that I would talk about is cost. You would agree with me in cost. Why I specifically wanted to touch upon cost in terms of client retention is that, for example, if I am an ex-employee of any organization, I join, and I will not be 100% productive for first 3 months or maybe at times 6 months, because I'll take some pickup time. I'll learn processes. I'll be accommodated. I'll be comfortable. I'll develop that space for myself. And then once I become little old and comfortable in the system, I start to produce results. If I continue to be there for a longer period, the organization does not have to incur the same cost, which also includes your training cost, hiring cost, and then first 3 months or maybe 2 months, depending upon the resource and the speed of the resource, you end up incurring a lot of cost, which then impacts your bottom line of the organization as well. So client retention becomes very, very critical, because you keep on growing. If you are growing, you are able to give good benefits to your employees, and they are also happy, they are motivated, and for sure they will be able to take care of your clients as well. And you don't have to micromanage them. Like generally we make this mistake. We all make this mistake that we try and micromanage all our staff. That is also a sign that, okay, we don't trust them, we don't have that faith in them, and it has its own adverse effect on the people working with you and working for you. So it's very, very important that you have same set of client for a longer period. You have same set of employees in place for a longer period. Yes, I do understand beyond the point you can control certain client losses and your employee losses as well. I mean, which is your attrition. But what is really important is that you have to retain your clients so that you are able to retain rest of your business and sustain in such a way that you keep on growing, and you make your investors and your employees interested into your organization to work for you for a longer period, and keep them engaged for a longer period. The next set of agenda is important factors. I have already touched upon people, but in this section I would talk about how your employees are important towards your customer. Like I've briefly touched upon in previous agenda, is that if you have satisfied and happy employees, you will have satisfied and happy customers as well. So it is directly proportionate that the employees are happy and satisfied with you as an organization. For sure, you would agree with me that they'll be able to take care of your clients well as well. So in order to retain your clients, it becomes very important for you to take care of your employees first, and they will take care of your clients without even having any micromanagement and day-to-day tracking. And if you are able to retain your customer, obviously you will have lesser pressure on your team as well, because every new client comes in, it has multiplied expectations from you. You will have multiplied cost in the beginning. You will have a lot of upfront cost, one-time cost in mobilizing any new client and starting any new relationship and streamlining that for first few months. So it's really very, very important that you have same set of customers for a longer period, and that ensures the rest of the piece for your business. Next set would be technology. So in technology, I would say that like I will give an example of SIS Group and DTSS here. While we are very, very technology savvy, and why we've been able to make it happen during these last 4-5 months is that one is that we are very less impacted by COVID. We are able to retain our clients, and we are able to keep them happy and satisfied as well. And I think it is all because of the first factor is that we have happy and satisfied employees, and on an average in SIS group we would have minimum 4 to 5 years of an age of any employee, and attrition rate is very limited and very less. That ensures your clients are happy, they are retained, they're taken care well. Going back to my previous point of technology, why SIS group and DTSS has been able to drive through these last 4-5 months successfully is that we've had a lot of technology coming into play. We were driving a lot of training programs through technology for all our BD managers. We were driving a lot of online sessions for all our front-ending staff as well as operating staff, and there was no communication gap. We were all connected. We were aware as to what organization is planning for our customers and for us, and what is the direction that we all have to move forward to. So technology played a very important role for all of us, and I can confidently say that I think SIS group is the only group in FM space in India as on today who is largely not impacted by COVID, and we've not done any kind of layoffs, and very confidently that we've not touched any of our resource, and they are super happy, excited, and they've also contributed back to the organization in terms of their in terms of their efforts and their hard work. And we've been able to grab a lot of orders. If I have to quote a number, in last 3 months we've been able to bag about 1,600 orders worth 50 odd crores per month. That's a large number, and it has all happened because of technology very optimally used, and employees are happy and satisfied. They are completely secured in terms of their job, and they're able to take care of their families as well. In terms of handling your client and keeping the client retention agent as an agenda in your mind, the usage of technology can be in many ways. First and foremost thing is that you have to have certain processes and mechanism to take a real-time feedback from your customer based on your services being rendered to them. And if you don't take feedback, you may end up thinking that okay, all your clients are happy and whatever you are actually delivering is in line with their expectations. But that's not the case, and there is always a scope that whatever you're doing for your client is not enough, and you have to speak to them quite often at a regular interval and ask them as to what is that we can still improve. So customer feedback at a regular interval becomes very important for any business, and so here we are talking about client retention. So CSAT, customer satisfaction survey report, becomes very important and critical tool for this business, and you through your team have to go out during these times. You have to do it maybe online, and if possible you go and visit your customers, but engaging with your customer, taking constant feedbacks remains a key, because you not only get to know as to what your clients are feeling, but at the same time you are able to plan the corrective actions if there are certain gaps and you are not able to live up to their expectations. So it is very important that you speak to them quite often, you take that feedback, and do the corrections wherever needed. And the next point in technology is that while it can be driven without technology as well, but there are a lot of applications these days that you have to have web of influence. I'll just elaborate a bit what this web of influence is. For example, if there are 3 levels of your customer or a client, One is your admin head or maybe director administration. The second guy is your manager or senior manager administration. And third guy is somebody who is, at the grassroots level and just managing day-to-day transactions. Similarly, at the partners end, which is you as a facility management organization, you also would have certain levels like in line with the director administration, you would have maybe your regional head or maybe your vice president. Similarly, you would have your SBU head or branch head or senior operations manager, and your grassroots level staff, which is your field officer or area relationship manager engaging with your executive administration. So what this web of influence is that in order to retain your customer, you're not doing enough if you are only satisfying or dealing with only one of these guys. You have to have relationship and engagement with all these three levels, not only the operating team or the end user from the client end. You have to have relationship with your procurement guy, you have to have relationship with your HR and compliance guy, you have to have relationship with your quality and health and safety guy from clients, and this is what gives you the exposure of web of influence utilized in a very very effective manner. And from your side also, you would have your HR manager, your transition guy, your training guy, your audit guy coming into play, and having an relationship with all these stakeholders from the client ends, and that creates a web net. And even if a customer has to think that okay, they're not happy with you and they are planning to change, they would have other people also coming into play in terms of taking this decision. So it becomes very very important to have this web of influence in terms of running any business and making efforts to retain your customer. I touched upon cost. So in terms of client retention, how loss of clients incur multiplied cost. I will give you very very basic examples. For example, you've been running a client, for example X client, for let's say 5 years, and you have a consistent team, back office team, you have all the processes set, you've been serving this client, and for whatever reasons you lose this client after 5 years. One is that you lose that consistency in your business, because running the same client for a longer period, your life becomes easy, your team's life becomes easy, because they know who the customer is, where to go, they have that face value and comfort dealing with them. And then you have, because of that relationship, you are able to save a lot of cost at times because of that relationship and longer association. But when it comes to new client, if you are acquiring any new client, you end up having multiplied efforts, because client doesn't know you, they don't trust you easily in the beginning, they don't have that faith that okay, this X person or X organization is going to deliver the same services that I have in my head or I expect out of them. So what generally happens is that you end up putting in more resources to take care of your client, that incur a lot of cost for you. And then not only that, you have just to satisfy that client, you end up giving more material, more resources, more time, and that is all eventually cost for you. So you have higher operating costs for any new client, at least for first 3 to 6 months, and that doesn't happen for the same old client. So the cost factor comes into play if you have a lot of client losses at a regular interval, and you end up incurring higher cost that impacts your bottom line. And promoters will never like that your EBITDA is impacted in any manner. So for you to run any organization, even if you are a promoter or a manager or a senior guy heading any facility management function, it becomes very very important to retain your customer, keep your team happy and satisfied, Do not micromanage them. Set them free. Give that free space, and I'm sure they will take care of your customer. If your customers are loyal and happy for you, they will also give you word of mouth references for further business. So it is not only the direct customers that you already have as part of your kitty. Rather, your happy and satisfied customers will give further net references for you to grow your business in manifold. In the last, I will conclude my my session with a note that if your company is listed organization, or there are investors pumping in money into it, uh, their first and foremost agenda is to look at the bottom line. And of course, they would also look at the top line for valuations and for various purposes. But ultimately, what they are really bothered about is the bottom line. What's coming to their pocket end of the day. So, for you as an employee, or as a leader of any organization of that nature, it becomes very, very important to keep your clients happy, use technology, engage at regular intervals, take feedbacks, take feedbacks, motivate your team, empathize with your team, and put all this together. I'm sure you will be able to retain your customers for a longer period. That ensures your top line and bottom line, your cost is in control, your stakeholders are happy, your employees are happy, you are able to give better increments to them end of the day. That's what they really look forward to. And in a long run, you are able to evolve a happy, healthy, and stable and rock solid organization. And then you would have your stakeholders also, or your investors also, quite happy with you. So in the last, I would only say is that during these COVID times, whosoever has been able to retain their customers is the king in this at this moment. Because just because people did not have control over their clients and retention, I think a lot of organizations have been wiped off completely. They don't even exist as on today, because they've not been able to retain their customer. One is that by the virtue of fact that certain industries were not working, like hotels and gyms and restaurants and all these chains, cinemas. I can still understand that since there was complete lockdown and they were not working, they couldn't do any business. But there are clients who were even part of essential services. They could have retained their customers by all these elements that I spoke about and referred. But unfortunately, they've not been able to retain their customers and get hold of their customers, and they've eventually struggled badly and are completely out of the game. And as on today, because they didn't have the proper structure, proper vision, and the leadership team in place, they've not only impacted their own organization, but also impacted a lot of employees, employment, and their families as well. Because I've recently come across a lot of people coming up to me, not only for jobs but also going through a lot of stress, asking for help, not only for them but also for their family members. So it is not only our professional commitment and responsibility that we retain a customer and sustain a business, but also you are responsible for a lot of employees' livelihood as well as for their families' future as well. So you, as a responsible employer and a responsible senior leadership, you are supposed to take care of your customers well, so that you are also taking care of your employees. And in the last, I would say that I belong to a company where we believe in client retention, we believe in employee satisfaction, we believe in client satisfaction, and we believe in robust use of technology. And I think with all these elements, and obviously because of all these things, we are able to control cost. We've been able to control on overhead cost, which is not only employee related cost but also non-employee related cost. And we've been able to fairly protect our P&L, and have been not only protecting our P&L but also growing during these hard times and trying times as well. And I think it is all a collective result of having optimal use of technology, having that vision clear, strong, senior leadership, and vision, a very clear vision, and also utilizing all this well in line with your growth and strategy, and going to a point where everybody is happy, and there is a win-win situation for everyone in this whole game. So I would end this discussion on a note that go back, try and relate, what is that you can do to retain your customer in whatever space you are. Maybe you are at a junior level, maybe at a very high level, or maybe at a middle management level, or in whatever capacity you are. Just go back and try and relate as to what we could have done better in last 4-5 months, and what is that we can still do better, and what is that we can do better in the future as well. So that's what I have to say at this moment, and I really wish you all good luck, all the best, good health, and all the success that you may desire and deserve at this point in time. And I also hope that we have very limited people uh, who are protected from this COVID, and their jobs are protected, their families are protected. I all is all that I can pray is that everybody should be able to protect themselves from this COVID, which is a ongoing pandemic. And I hope that their families are safe, their livelihood is safe, they're able to earn their bread and butter, and they are able to lead a happy and healthy life. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to meet you and meet you, and share your, get your ideas from your side. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts to share here, you're most welcome. So I open the forum. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas, if you have any inputs to give, we welcome all of that. Thank you so much. Nilesh, Sapna, you have any inputs from your side? I'll be more than happy to answer that, and you know, look forward to that. So I take that no questions for now. So I would like to conclude this session with a note that in whatever space you are, I hope that you are able to go back, retain your customers. You are actually not retaining your customers, you are retaining your livelihood, you are retaining your company's future. And more than anything else, you are able to retain your family's future for you. If you lose your job, if you lose your employment, you are actually putting your family also at stake. So I urge all the people and all the gentlemen seeing this live, go back and take care of your customers. They are everything for you, and it is your family's future is also directly linked with it. So go back, think about your customers, think about your own well-being, think about your family, think about your company's future. And I'm sure with all that in your head and mind, you will be able to take care of many more things in your life. So thank you so much. and God bless. Jai Hind.